I put some egg whites. You turn it on, you let them whisk until they just get a little frothy, and then you start to slowly add your sugar.
Right.
That's it. It's just sugar and egg whites.
You're making a giant meringue, right?
A giant meringue, exactly. If you want to make it really perfect, here's a little tip. I just went ahead and I drew a circle around a bowl, right, an inverted bowl. Then you turn that paper over so you can just barely see it. That's just so the lead of the pencil doesn't come through into your pavlova. And then you've got something to sort of aim for.
It helps you make an even distribution of the meringue into a nice circle.
Right, so...
Now, you have this every Christmas. We were saying during the commercial that it's so funny because in our family we made this a lot for Easter, too.
Oh,
it's really pretty for any special occasion, don't you think? Because it's so simple.
And I just touch it like this because I like a little bit of that texture.
And plus, those will get nice and brown,
Nice and brown and a little crisp. And it looks a little bit like my hairstyle, which is awesome.
That does look like your hair.
Okay, so that then goes into the oven.
Okie doke.
You cook it low and slow. So it cooks... basically, what you're trying to do is dry it out. You want the center to still be sort of marshmallowy, but the outside to be nice and crisp.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be in for about 40 minutes on a low oven. Next, what we're going to do is make a curd or a butter, right? So we're going to use passion fruit. Now, those of you that haven't seen passion fruit, it looks like this.
It looks sort of like a red potato.
Right. A little ugly on the outside, but when you cut into it, it's actually quite beautiful. So see the seeds in there?
It's got a really beautiful color to it.
It really does. I need a spoon.
You need a spoon?
Spoon. Thank you, my dear.
Go, buddy.
So what you do is you just scoop this out into a bowl sitting over some hot water, all right? So you see underneath there I've got some hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling. What we're doing is just warming that up. Now, if you haven't got passion fruit, and they can be quite expensive, I actually grew a vine this year, and they grow lots and lots of fruit. It's a little more hot weather. You know, so if you can't find it, but this is what we do in Australia. You can substitute it for lime. You can also buy it in a puree. Lime juice, you could use lemon juice, any sort of citrus fruit.
Yeah, my mom loves lemon curd. You could use lemon juice, yes?
Yeah, really good. All right, so into our passion fruit, we're going to add a little sugar.
Oh, it's the holidays. Like, you don't use that much sugar when you make dessert.
I'm glad you picked up on it. A little salt.
A little salt.
And then you just sort of whisk that together. Okay. And then this will just sort of slowly start to warm up. That sugar will dissolve in a moment. And then Rachel's got 2 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. So go ahead and dump those in. And you basically just want to whisk that together. And it's slowly going to thicken. Now, don't rush this. It's going to take you a minute, right? If you try and cook it too fast, there's a chance the egg's going to cook too quickly, so take your time with it. Once you've sort of stood over here whisking away for a couple of minutes, you're going to see it's going to look just like this. See how that's sort of thickened up like that? Beautiful. Now, if anyone hasn't tasted a passion fruit before, it's super acidic, it's almost quite bitter, but it's fantastic. It's just got this beautiful balance. It's very complex, it really is. And it's very layered. I love that description. Yep, okay, so... Cold butter, Cold butter, dice it, and then just toss it in bit by bit, and you just sort of mix that together. Oh, go on, just throw it in. Throw it in there? All right, go on. If you toss it all in at once, just make sure you sort of continue to mix it, because as that warmth starts to melt it... And it's cut into little pieces, guys. Right. It's cold butter cut into pieces. So that'll take a couple of minutes, and you just sort of continue to stir it. Now, my mum used to make this for us when we were kids. Aww. She'd make a lemon butter, and she would put it in jars in the fridge, and we would actually spread it over hot toast. Oh, delicious. It's so good. Lemon curd is so delicious. And my mom used to put it on, she'd griddle up some pound cake. You know, she'd butter pound cake and warm up the lemon curd in a little pan and pour it over the top. Oh my God, it was so good! That is gorgeous. Yeah, so you can do that. You can even spoon it straight over ice cream. Trust me, the kids will go crazy. Yum, yum, yum. So that is essentially it. This is that cooled passion fruit curd. Right. And you said we could substitute just lemon, right? Just lemon curd. Yep. Yeah, but I mean, so does mango, so does pineapple, really anything. I love this too. A couple of drips that come down off the cream onto the meringue. Messy and good and delicious. And then, of course, we have tropical fruit on ours. So we've got some pineapple, some mango. Oh, my God. Maybe a little kiwi fruit. You know, so you get so beautiful. You get a little bit of goodness in there.